Today we're going to be making the most cheesy and decadent stuffed shells. So join me. Now the shells I'm going to be cooking in this are a jumbo shell. You can buy these at the grocery store, and they have several different brands. They're all really good. So we're going to boil these. We're going to bring the water up to a boil to get these started, and I usually boil them about 7 minutes. And so as soon as the water comes up to boil, I'll bring you back. So one of the things that's going to make this stuffed shell dish so delicious is my home canned pasta sauce. Now I made this over the summer with my homegrown tomatoes and my homegrown herbs and onions, and it is going to be so good. I have this on spaghetti sometimes, or spaghetti squash, and I really love it. It's very, very, very delicious. But if you don't have home canned sauce, there's all kinds of really good sauces on the market. So when I said the cheesiest stuffed shells, I wasn't kidding. This is a 5-cheese stuffed shell dish. I'm going to be using Parmesan cheese, ricotta cheese. I've got some mozzarella cheese. I've got a little bit of cream cheese. And lastly, I actually put sharp cheddar cheese in mine. And to save time, last night I actually cooked up all of my ground beef with onions and garlic. Now you could use ground pork or Italian sausage if you prefer. I really love mine with the ground beef. It almost makes like a full meal. With a small salad on the side, this is just a delicious dish. So while we're waiting for our water to come up to a boil, I'm going to add 15 ounces of ricotta cheese. I'm going to just put this in a bowl. Just like that. And then yesterday I actually cooked, this is 1 pound of ground beef. I had 2 cloves of garlic and a whole large onion. So I've had that in the refrigerator all night. I am actually just going to take half of that and add that to my mixture. And I decided yesterday that I was going to make up the whole box of shells. I'll have some for dinner tonight, and then I'm going to freeze the rest into freezer meals. These freeze really good with some garlic bread. You can make some garlic bread and freeze those with your dinners. And then all you have to do on a night you don't want to cook is just go ahead and add this, delicious dinner to your microwave or to your oven and just make up a quick salad. I've got 3 tablespoons of cream cheese that's been softened, so I'm going to go ahead and add that. I'm just going to mix all this up. And then in the same bowl that I had my cream cheese in, I'm going to go ahead and add an egg. I'm just going to give this a quick stir. Not going to be a real big scramble, but just going to give it a quick stir. And add that to my meat mixture, meat and ricotta cheese. Get this all stirred together. So these are your soft cheeses and your meat that you're going to add with 1 egg. You're not going to add anything else to it at this point. Just make sure the egg is completely incorporated in this. And there you go. That's how it's going to look. So I'm going to add a half a cup of cheddar. I'm going to add a half of a cup of mozzarella, maybe over a little bit of a heaping cup of mozzarella. And then I'm going to add a half a cup of Parmesan, just like that. And we're going to give it another stir and put all of our cheeses in with our ricotta and our cream cheese. And now we're going to add some seasonings to it. I just went and picked some fresh oregano out of my herb garden. So I'm just gonna take some of these leaves off so I don't have these stems. Kind of helps if you pull them back the other way. I'm gonna have about a tablespoon of these oregano leaves. And all I'm gonna do, these leaves are too small to kind of wrap up, so all I'm gonna do is just chop them as finely as I can with a nice sharp knife. Now, if you have dried oregano, that's just as good. I actually don't have any dried oregano. I was thinking when I went outside, I probably need to pick some of this and clean it and dehydrate it so I have some on hand. a nice little batch of this into our mix there. These are all the herbs that I make out of my garden. They are really, really, really good. I just love this blend. It's Italian parsley, oregano, thyme, and some rosemary. It's all been dehydrated. About a tablespoon of chopped onion. And then I'm gonna put some of this delicious Thai basil. This stuff is my favorite. I love this stuff. Put that in. And like I said, if you just have an Italian blend that you want to put in, I would put probably 2 tablespoons of that in. Whatever it is you like, just throw it in. So our salted water is boiling, so I'm going to add the pasta shells to it. So as soon as this comes back up to a boil, I'm going to start timing it for 7 minutes. So now that my noodles are cooked, I'm going to add some pasta sauce to the bottom of my pan. Just spread that out a little bit. Now, as I said, I'm going to be making a couple different pans of these pastas. I'm going to freeze some, and then I'm going to actually give some of them to my son and daughter-in-law for their family for dinner. So as soon as your pasta noodles are cool enough, so you're going to take a noodle and you're going to take some of your mixture, and all you're going to do is just stuff that right into your pasta. Just like this. And then all you're going to do is just set it down in your sauce, and you're going to do that to each one of your noodles. Now, you don't want these noodles really overcooked. Just remember they're going to be in your oven for a time cooking, so you don't really want them overcooked, but you also want to make sure that, you know, they're easy enough to handle. See, this is very easy. And these freeze so good. These make such a nice thing to take out at a later date for a really nice meal. So you're kind of doing all the work at one time, and then you've got this amazing dinner with very little work next time you do this. So I'm going to get all these put together, and then I'm going to show you the next step. So from 1 box of pasta noodles, I got all of this. Now, these 2 are completely stuffed. This one is half stuffed, and the rest are just noodles. I'm going to send this one with my daughter-in-law because she's got 2 children. One's 3 and one's 5, and I just don't think they're going to eat the stuffing for this. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to take my second jar of my homemade sauce, and I'm just going to pour this right over the top. I want everything kind of covered with a little bit of sauce. And I may need to go get another jar. I'm not sure yet. We'll see, because I really like these to be nice and saucy. Maybe that'll work. We'll see if we can get some more out of here. Now, when I freeze these, I'm going to cook one of these up today, and the rest I'm going to freeze this one here just like it is. I think this is enough sauce. I've got quite a bit on the bottom. And then, because I did tell you it's going to be extra cheesy, we're going to put a little bit of mozzarella cheese over the top of each of these. Just like this. Just a little scoop, not too much, because we're going to be doing cheese from a couple different kinds. You put on as much as you like. If you want more cheese, put more on. I've got my sharp cheddar. Add a little bit of that. And then last but not least, we're going to put some shredded Parmesan over the top of this. Oh, it smells so amazing. All right. Now I am going to cover these 2. And then this one I'm going to go ahead and bake. So I'm going to go ahead and bake these in a preheated oven at 350 degrees for 30 minutes. And then we'll check on them in just a little while. So I just put a piece of plastic around this one that's uncooked. And then I threw it into a Ziploc bag. It's a gallon-sized bag. And I'm just gonna put this in the freezer right like it is. I'll be able to see what it is. And then when I wanna have some stuffed shells in another night, I just pull them out of the freezer and have a delicious meal. So these are my stuffed shells, and they look really, really good. My whole house smells just absolutely amazing. I am gonna try one of these cheesy, delicious shells for you. Oh my gosh, look at this, all this cheese and sauce. I might have to have two. I don't think I can wait for dinner. So let me give this a taste test and I'll let you know what I think. It smells so good. Oh my gosh. This is delicious. Decadent. Cheesy. Well, if you're looking for the perfect meal, I'm gonna have this tonight for dinner. I'm gonna freeze this into individual portions with some garlic bread later. And so I'm gonna have dinner for like 3 or 4 nights. It's gonna be great. So if you enjoyed this video, can you give me a thumbs up or a like? Be sure to comment in the comments below if you have any other ideas for making a delicious stuffed shell dinner. And please subscribe if you're not a subscriber. I'd love to have you as part of my family. Thanks a lot, everybody, and have a great day. Bye-bye.